into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Kaufmann. Now, let the buzz begin!
There it is. We're going for it.
Is that it?
That's the song. I like this song.
Is that Crazy Train?
No,
What song is it?
I don't know, but I enjoyed this song.
Everybody! Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another Gotham After Show. Season 2, Episode 3, The Last Laugh. I am your host, Micheal Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew, Micheal EAL. And I am here with my co-host, no Monty today, but my man, Mr. Steve Kaufmann. What's up, boss?
Not much. Good to see you. You guys can tweet at me at Steve Kaufmann. That's KAUFMANN. We are hashtag ABTV Gotham.
Yes.
Or ABTV Gotham. It's the same,
Gotham.
just without the space.
If that'll make you feel better about it.
That's
If that'll help you remember
that's
it.
the name of my fantasy football team. Is
Gotham?
Gotham with a question mark.
You know, that's actually not that bad.
It's a good fantasy football team.
Also, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Also, SoundCloud, iTunes. Rate, like us, chat with us, tell us how you feel, because this one was crazy.
I feel like people are gonna have a lot of opinions on this one. I want to start off by saying this is my favorite episode of this season.
I want to start off by giving you a little clap, because you, my man, you called this down the line. Like, you literally called, to the point, you called this so good that I have to question if you had sources. Like, you literally called the ending of this episode, with what ends up happening with Jerome, when I watched it, I had to slap you on your shoulder.
I do what I can.
I don't even know, like, I have a hard time putting into words what happened right now, what I just witnessed. That was episode 3. They really did a good job. They got me.
You haven't done panels with me in a long time. You'll get there.
Well, are you really good at
I'm
calling things
really
like
good at predictions.
that? Oh, well, and you're modest.
I'm really good at going out on a limb with predictions, and I have like a 70% success rate on them.
See, I go out on limbs too, but they don't. See, my limbs always break.
You have to calculate the limb. It's a weird.
Oh, you got to calculate. You got to make sure it can take your weight and make sure it'll work. Okay, I hear you. I feel you. Okay, so initially your thoughts.
I thought this was a great episode. We finally, the seeds that they planted in the first 2 episodes finally bloomed to where I want them. Because I felt like we were moving a little slow. Everyone was talking about the Barbara Keene being the new Harley Quinn,
and they paid so much homage to those moments in this episode, and which had me like, there were moments in the middle of the episode where I was saying to myself, like, oh, there it is. Yeah. There's a little Joker Harley Quinn going on here. And man,
this whole thing. So where do you want to start?
I mean, we'll start off from the beginning. I just want to say that I thought it was my favorite episode so far too. And so much happened. They really went balls to the wall with this one. They're really trying to do everything they can to make this season stand out. And I'm fully on board. They're carving out their own little niche. They're carving out their own little history, their own little storylines. And it's working. Like, I don't know what's going on now.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
Well,
like,
yeah, I know.
But I genuinely like that they knew that calling someone the Joker, even though they never did, would be a lightning rod to the whole show. That people have watched the last 3 weeks, but the Joker's there, the Joker's there, the Joker's there, and then people like us are getting a little upset of, like, if he's really the Joker, they'd need Batman. So he had to die.
Yeah, but you know what they did that was so good to me, that what has earned my trust? It's the fact that they didn't make him the Joker. The fact that they had the courage to do that. I didn't think that they would have the courage or the intelligence to do that, to make us think like, oh, he's the Joker, and then pretty much kill him off. I didn't think they would do that. And the fact that they did that, now I'm just like, okay, I trust these guys now. I fully trust these guys. Because now it feels like it's like they knew too. They knew that if you would have made him the Joker, it would have been a little too much.
Well, that's what I've been saying all along. That to introduce actual Batman villains would be a mistake on a show like this because you don't have Batman.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So they need to be people that Gordon could conceivably defeat.
Yes, they're due. They're due.
They're due.
So starting off, speaking of Gordon, we start off the episode with Gordon going full on badass interrogator. It starts with him throwing someone out of a window.
Good for him.
He good. I'm glad that he's just
throw some people out the window.
He's doing what he's got to do.
Find some people.
He's interrogating. It looks like he's pretty much rounding up a bunch of crackheads and asking them about the attack on the GCPD.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little tougher than usual. He's punching them in the face, and he doesn't get anything, but he lets them know, listen, spread the word. I'm out here.
Yeah.
I'm in these streets.
Gordon, the man of the streets. When I think of Gordon, I think of the streets.
Gordon getting it crazy. Gordon getting it popping. So then we cut to a scene with Tabitha leaving Barbara's, well, I mean, I guess they're all in the same mansion, but leaving Barbara's bedside or the kitchen after, I guess.
I forgot there was so much else happening in the last 2 weeks that I forgot to be like, oh yeah, that's right, Barbara swings both ways.
I know, I forgot about that.
That's a thing we all know.
Yeah. I thought they did a better job with it this time.
Yeah.
It felt gratuitous last season. To me, it felt gratuitous.
Same here.
But this time, it's
the right kind of crazy and knife digging where you're just like, no, they would.
Yeah.
They would love each other. Or like
those two?
Or like each other physically.
Barbara and Tabitha?
Barbara and Tabitha. And I think Barbara's establishing a type.
She likes him crazy?
But she, just like a physical complexion type. I think Barbara's establishing.
She likes.
She likes them.
Ladies, or
darker women,
little dark hair,
dark hair, dark skin,
Okay,
darker. I'm not being crazy. That's,
no, I mean,
that's
I thought Montoya was a little lighter, but okay, I can see that. She likes a little spicy.
She likes them not white.
Yeah, okay. She doesn't like them white.
I was trying to not say that, but
it's pretty authentic up to now, except for her men. She likes her men white.
She does like her men white. She likes her men white, and she likes her women not white.
That's what I'm talking about. She likes to mix and match. See, she likes everything on her plate. I respect that about her.
Good for
Good for Barbara. And so you see, Tabitha is leaving after sleep, clearly having a fun night with Barbara, and Barbara hands her the whip because clearly it was exactly what you think would happen between those two.
It was Whip Wednesday.
It was Whip Wednesday. Is that a pun? Was that a pun? Does that count as a pun, or is that just
that was a pun?
That was just a quick wit. Kudos to you. Theo interrupts, and I'm thinking to myself, is he jealous? Is there a little jealousy going on? Because I guess my initial thoughts were when I first saw Theo with Barbara, she would be his love interest.
Yes.
Theo interrupts, and Tabitha gives Barb a full-on kiss in front of him just to let him know that this is mine.
Like a territory mark. And they're brother and sister, so like there's a lot of that, and there's the obvious level of closeness. I think there's just this weird...
It's interesting to see them have a sibling rivalry, because usually it's the same sex that have sibling rivalries. Like say two sisters have a little sibling rivalry, two brothers. But here,
a brother and sister have a sibling rivalry if they have a similar goal.
I guess. If
Barbara Keene is the goal.
And they're both alphas, I guess.
They are both alphas.
So they're both very competitive.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's what's getting established. So Theo interrupts, speaks to Barbara, and then Theo goes into pretty much a spiel explaining his origins, pretty much. That Theo's family built this city.
Yeah, I like this backstory.
I like this backstory too.
Because which is weird because as Americans, none of the cities are that old compared to the world, but American cities in general are founded by rich people. Like rich people find emptiness, start a city, they become the proprietor, and then over time the city becomes a municipality, and it like there are very few situations where that happens in America now that people forget. That's like no, rich people start cities.
Like now I know we've all been talking about the Court of Owls. There's no reference in there to Court of Owls.
This kind of,
I mean, because I read Court of Owls, but when it comes to Court of Owls, there was no reference there. He's just an old school guy.
Yeah, Theo Galavan is a created character for this show.
Yeah.
I don't know if this completely poo-poos my Court of Owls theory.
No, it's coming.
I think it alters my theory. I think my theory is he was thrown out of the Court of Owls.
Hey.
That I think that would make the most sense. The Court of Owls still run the city, but he's doing his best to step up.
You know what? I would say you're crazy, Steve. I'd look at you and be like, Steve, you're crazy. I would throw my water on you right now, just out of passion. But you know what? You've won me over. Like the writers and the creators of this show, you've won me over. Whatever you believe, I'm just gonna copy you.
Just gonna copy me.
Like whatever you said, like I'm gonna do that. Whatever.
When it comes down to predictions, you just be like,
what's
Steve
what'd you
says.
predict? I agree. And I'll just add something to it.
Make it look like my prediction is Steve's prediction, and
a little spice on it.
A little bit.
I'll probably add a little, little flavor to it.
Okay.
So it might be a little different. So we can both get credit.
Okay.
So I digress. So anyway, so Theo admits that he wants to unleash Bedlam on the city for vengeance for his family, to take it back. And then he tells Barbara that he will leave Gordon to her.
After Gordon fulfills his use.
Yeah. So pretty much Barbara's main desire, her main ire, it's Jim.
Yep.
Like that's her goal. Like she still wants Jim.
Oh yeah. Well,
which is nice. She's a romantic.
She's delusional.
I know, but you can, after all these, no matter how many crazy people she likes, you could tell that she wants Jim because she wants that goodness in her. But she makes it sound as if she wants to unleash his insanity. Yeah. But I think she wants him to calm hers. What do you think about that? That's my little.
I could buy that. I think she's just insane enough to think that her level of insanity is inside Jim at all. Like it's just like she's a 10 on the crazy, and he's like a 6. I
kind of think she's kind of breaking the meters.
Well, yeah.
If she's if it goes up to 10, I kind of think she's pushing a 13.
Well, I mean, yeah, it goes to 11. It doesn't go to 11.
Yeah.
But it could. It could go to 11.
Yeah. All right. So then we
that was a pun. That's the one.
That was a good one. If I had money, I'd put it in a jar for you. So cutting to the GCPD. I don't know why I put down GPCD. Because I'm dyslexic.
That's the dyslexic thing.
So Gordon's running the GCPD hard. Like he's full on vengeance mode for the chief, and he's pretty much taken over the entire precinct, and he's got them looking crazy trying to find these bad guys. And he even does an awesome speech in the middle, like they killed our brothers, they destroyed our brothers. They came in here into our house and made us look like clowns. You're gonna let them get away with this?
I was ready to go out and fight us and play a second half really hard for Jim Gordon.
Jim was on fire. There were so many moments in this episode that when Jim would do something, I'd be like, damn, are you sure he's not Batman? Like, damn.
He's the precursor to Batman, just like Jerome's the precursor to Joe. Like, everyone's a precursor to a bigger, better thing we know in the universe.
I like that.
I like that.
That's
why this Gotham we see is timeless, with tube TVs and kind of sort of cell phones.
I'm very curious to see what the viewers think about this episode. I wonder if anyone agrees with us, has the same positive reaction we have.
The Wi-Fi is being very difficult right now. So
Wi-Fi.
The chat is loading, but when I got a glimpse of the chat earlier, and there were a lot of people very excited.
Okay. Tweet us. You can tweet us. #ABTV Gotham.
Please.
Let us know.
That'll go on our phones.
Yeah. I just want to know if you guys feel the same way. Because I know everything's so bipolar with this show. Some people love it, some people hate it. But has to have been, like, it genuinely...
This felt like a game-changing episode.
It is.
Honestly.
It is. It has to be.
People like to ask me to defend Gotham a lot, and I usually tell them, if that's how we're going to start this isn't going to work. But now I actually have an episode to be like, well, if you really want me to swing you, this is the episode that will swing you.
Over here at AfterBuzz, for our sister network, the Popcorn Talk Network, they do DC movie news.
Yeah.
And they're always kind of iffy on Gotham, and a couple of the hosts are here, and I felt like before I ran in here to do our show, I felt like stopping them, like, guys, Gotham, it turned it up.
Yeah.
Gotham. Okay, guys, watch it, then go talk about it.
Actually, Roxy and Johnny are both out there.
I know, I saw them.
We really should have said something.
I know, I didn't get it. I'm going to bring it up to them after. I'm going to bring it up to them after and let them know that this show is something to talk about. All right, so Gordon's running them hard. He's running the GCPD hard, looking for them. And Bullock is approaching him and telling him, listen, man, we have to talk to the Penguin. And Jim is kind of reluctant. He doesn't want to go down that direction. And I think you're seeing some remorse for what he went through, for what he did.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have to put himself through that again. That's really all it is. Like, he would rather do a straight and arrow and just avoid the Penguin than have to go back to the Penguin and truly test what
he regrets doing what he did.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing that. I think you're really seeing that. And I feel him. I agree with him. And my favorite part of this little scene, Leslie. I love his chemistry with Leslie.
Yeah.
You can see they having a baby in real life.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Boy.
You can definitely see. Like we could always kind of like it always felt genuine, but like this week was the first week we were like, oh yeah, those guys are like really in love.
Yeah, and she's such a calming force to him. I think they have such a good relationship going that after I saw that happening, the first thing that came to my mind was like, holy crap, I think they're gonna kill Leslie. I think that's gonna be something that sets him over the edge. But he doesn't go over the edge. But I'm just saying that could be. I could see them.
That that Barbara's gonna kill Leslie.
Yeah, during the season.
Leslie would have to turn evil first.
You really think she's gonna turn evil?
She's gotta turn evil.
Come on. See,
nobody's
all right.
that nice.
Okay, I'm jumping off.
Sorry,
I'm
but
jumping off your
we'll
train
get there
now.
on predictions. But
Come on. See, now you're talking crazy now. See, I mean, look, you're really good at predictions, but come on, man. Now you're talking crazy.
Okay.
Come on.
Also, Barbara.
Dude, I don't agree with that.
Penfold74 says Barbara is nuttier than a Christmas cheese log. I like that.
Nuttier than a Christmas?
We're
Hey.
a fan of puns here on the Gotham After Show,
like that.
and we appreciate them in our chat.
Yes, I like that. I mean, I'm not a great punter. I'm trying to be better. So if I can hear other people doing awesome puns, it just makes me feel as if I'm contributing. There you go.
Contributing with your contraband. You're
By
contributing.
with my what?
You're contributing contraband.
Was that? Would you consider that a pun, or just this is quick-wittedness?
That was quick-wittedness.
Well,
it's hard to tell with me.
Kudos to you. So Leslie's a calm force to Jim. She loves him, and she's trying to invite him to a gala that she's putting together. He can't do it because he's working hard. And I like the fact that he told her, "I'm working hard in the case," and she didn't sweat him.
Yeah.
She didn't like push it. She didn't push him.
She shouldn't have.
I know, it's a good woman.
I'm solving a murder that happened in this precinct of the then commissioner.
Yeah.
Who didn't even move into the commissioner's office.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't have time.
I'm not interested in the magician.
But I love the way she brought that up. Like, but there's a magician, and he's like, "Oh snap, maybe I should go."
Yeah.
You know, I love that. I love the
Maybe I should drop this murder.
Maybe I should stop trying to save the city because maybe he make a pigeon fly out of anywhere.
Although let's be clear, had he just went to this gala, he would have immediately knew it was Barbara.
I know. So what's the note to what's the message? Listen to your women.
Always listen to Dr. Leslie.
I was gonna say listen to your women, but Dr. Leslie.
Always listen to Dr. Leslie until she turns evil.
Come on, Steve. Come on. All right. So then they end up getting a lead on Jerome's father. They know it turns out while the circus is not in town, Jerome's father is back in town. So they high skedaddle it over there a little too late because Jerome gets there first and he captures his father. And in this whole scene,
that's so
full Joker. Like when this whole scene, like if you would have seen this scene, like this scene is the precursor of this scene makes the later scenes even more crazy.
Yeah.
Or more undeniable.
It's the Emmys where you have to get. Is it the Emmys or the Golden Globes where you only get nominated for one episode? I believe it's the Emmys. Someone will correct me very quickly if I'm incorrect.
Good.
Whichever one of those where you get nominated specifically for an episode, that's what this actor should get nominated for playing Jerome. If it's as a guest star, because it's a lesser.
He was really on fire.
He was on fire. Like this was the episode you could point to.
This is a rewatchable episode.
Yeah.
This is literally a rewatchable episode. I could watch this again and again and again just to watch it go down. So he pays his father a visit and he tortures him for being a bad father. And now, of course, you think he's just getting vengeance, killing his dad. But then it turns out no, it's just a plan. He's killing him to frame him for letting him escape.
Which little does he know, throws him off the scent of Theo Gallivan.
Yes.
Because if people could find out that Theo Gallivan broke everybody out of Arkham, then that would screw up Theo's plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why. Yeah, he did that to save Theo. It's all part of the coup.
The plan he wasn't fully aware of.
No, I think he was. Theo told him to do that just for.
Yeah, but he didn't know. He didn't know the reason to keep Theo clean was so Theo could literally be clean and take over the whole city.
Yeah.
And kill him in front of everyone, which, by the way, is the best way to be, the best way to become the city's savior and hero.
This guy, so many characters. We lost a great character, but then a character got made at the expense. Like if in a wrestling terminology, like Jerome put him over.
Pretty much,
he got put over. Jerome put him over.
We're going there.
He did. So okay,
the hard way.
He put him over the hard way. So he goes into this diatribe about how Theo believes in him. He believes he's a star, and you just see it in him. Oh, he just really goes in, and the laugh, everything's going crazy. and the father says these magical words after because he asks his father, he tells him, "You're a psychic. What do you seek? What do you see me? What do you see coming from me?" And he tells him, "I wrote it down. You will be a curse upon Gotham." And he says in a really epic voice,
Yeah.
"You will be a curse upon Gotham." Gordon arrives a little too late. Jerome ends up killing his father, escapes, and leaves the laughing gas behind, which of course another homage.
Yep.
Not the laughing gas, but it's a gas.
Yeah, using laughing gas is a bit of an homage. Also, he left Gordon and Bullock behind.
Yeah.
Whereas he could have just as easily killed them because they're obviously a part of this plan.
Yeah, but Theo told him no. Clearly, right?
Theo told Barbara that when Gordon fulfills his usefulness,
Yeah.
that you can destroy him. Not kill him, destroy him.
Yeah, so they have way more plans in store for Mr. Gordon. So he was forced to leave them alive. Tabitha didn't let him kill them. They got away, and then so they end up getting knocked out. Bullock is completely done. He's KO'd. Jim fights through it. He attacks Jerome, but ends up getting KO'd anyway. And then we cut to the banquet where your homie, our guy, Lil Wayne, shows up.
Yes, I like Lil Wayne at a banquet. That's because that's his life as a billionaire. That's part of it. You got to show up to banquets and write huge checks and hope the food's good.
He shows up to the banquet, and here the banquet is where it's at. The banquet, everything pops off at the banquet in this episode. And it has so many interesting moments. Like one of my favorite interesting moments, right before Lil Wayne breaks off and runs into Selena, we have our guy Alfred trying to get at Dr. Leslie, full on, using his accent.
Just he's going for it. Royal Navy, like he's whipping out all the. He's breaking out all the stops.
Even she was shocked. She was like, whoa, wow.
Well, she was ready to be very polite and let him down, and then he said that he knew the chef at Chef's Perez, and she was like, "Oh,
like,
actually,
I've been wanting to get there for a while." I was like, "What's happening?"
I feel like also at Vern's Views just tweeted #Wit Wednesday. We're making this we're making a thing.
Witty Wednesday. So while he's clearly hitting on Dr. Leslie, having no idea, I was waiting for the moment where she would say, "I got a man," but he was going so hard and like, "Kudos to you, Alfred. You gotta get it. You see a girl you want, you gotta go get it. Use that charm."
Alfred, I mean,
he's a charming guy.
I feel like the Tinder on Gotham isn't what it should be. Like I think Alfred needs to find people in real life.
Yeah, he should. Like you would think that Alfred would have. Well, I mean, he's just dedicated. He's dedicated to Bruce.
Yeah,
but you
that's
would think
his number one.
You know, he knows how to protect you.
Bruce
He's got
is
an
his
awesome
bae.
accent. Yeah.
Bruce would be his bae, his before anyone else. But then,
is that what bae stands for? Before anyone else?
Yeah.
I thought it was just short for babe.
No, it's there's a whole thing. Wait,
bae is short for bae means before anyone else.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
How are we?
I'm sorry. Okay, we're digressing.
How did that wind up on the Gotham After Show?
I'm sorry. So we got critiqued for that. I got critiqued for that for always diverging, but I can't help it. There's
that's
so
fine.
many. I can't.
As long as
help
we
it.
divert back.
Yeah, I know, but bae is such an awesome topic. Okay.
I mean, let's not make it a topic, but
like who would Alfred bae up in Gotham?
Oh, I didn't know that was a real question.
I know, I'm joking. I'm playing. No, he don't. Okay, so clearly, he's trying to bae up Leslie, and Lil Wayne breaks off and runs into his bae, Selena.
That is his bae.
I know, he runs into his little bae, and she's clearly there. I thought she was there. I thought she was there doing recon for Penguin. But
Possibly.
she's just there, robbing.
I think she does. I think she's only loosely connected to Penguin.
Yeah.
Penguin. Yeah.
I didn't get that. Why didn't he just show up by himself? She showed up like, okay, we're here. Bye.
Just to make sure everything went smoothly, I guess.
So then we get to the point where Leslie MCs. So everyone is in the gala. Everything's being set up. Leslie MCs. She introduces the great Rodolfo. And he does a few parlor tricks. What's up?
How did Bruce not know that was Barbara? Bruce knows Barbara.
Well, I mean, I didn't think about that. Well,
that was my first thought. Because Leslie was obviously catching on.
How much FaceTime did he get with her when they're on there?
She walked him up to the stage.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, she was pretty covered up. I mean, Leslie didn't notice her until she pulled the mask down.
No, Leslie noticed earlier than that.
She noticed something. Yeah, she noticed something.
Whereas Bruce noticed nothing. And I'm like, Bruce knew Barbara.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like He met Barbara multiple times. Leslie saw Barbara like once or twice.
Yeah.
Like if anything. I don't know. That was just
I agree.
that's a nitpicky thing.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Oh, Bruce was going through some stuff.
Yeah, he just saw Selena. He's a little
Yeah,
frazzled.
like I mean,
his little heart's going crazy.
I'm not one to blame Lil Wayne on some stuff.
I know I can never blame Lil Wayne. Speaking of that, so Lil Wayne gets brought up as the first volunteer for Rodolfo. I thought that was a plan. I thought the plan was getting started already when he called him up.
Yep.
Which is very smart. The plan was well done. It was like an emotional roller coaster. He gets brought up. He's about to be magicianed on. He's about to have some magic performed on him in front of everyone. Then we
Magician dog? Is that what
Magician
we were going with her? Okay.
I don't know. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm just throwing out words.
No, that's fun.
So Jim, then we cut to Jim and Bullock. And, they're pretty much going back and forth how they don't believe that it was Jerome's father. They know something's up. They know it's a setup. Mm-hmm. And clearly they have no idea that it's the Gallivants. They don't know what's going on. But they know something's up. Mm-hmm. So then we cut back to the gala. And Bruce survives.
Of course Bruce survives.
He survives. Like, he doesn't get cut in half.
That would be.
Huh?
I mean, well, but in like screenwriting terms, whether he was just another young billionaire,
Yeah.
like you have to save the cat, if you will. That like if someone's actually going to die, your hero needs to come in and save the day.
Yeah.
And with it being Bruce, it's like there's that moment where we're like, wait, what, Bruce? And then you're like, oh wait, it's Bruce.
Yeah, and you have to build it up because there are probably multiple. Clearly, there's someone else in there that Theo really did want to get rid of.
Yes.
And his name is Harrison Kane, played by Norm Lewis, a Broadway actor. I love how they always have Broadway actors. This is such a New York show.
Yeah.
They always have awesome Broadway actors make these guest stars on these shows. Like Norm Lewis, who played in the Broadway version of
We'll get there.
Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And last year, when we actually visited, the first time we saw Jerome was at the circus. The person who played the circus ringmaster played the genie on Broadway.
Yeah, a role I auditioned for a lot.
It connected. It's all
Well, not in
connected.
Broadway, but on cruise ship, Disney cruise ships. I audition for the genie all the time.
Do you really?
I do.
Well, you should be the genie. You have that good, that joyous feeling about you. All right. So, and Leslie recognizes Barbara. So Leslie recognizes Barbara while Harrison Kane is up there, and I think when she's about to call,
She gets chloroformed real quick.
She's about to make the phone call to Jim. Jim hears a few words, then comes the chloroform.
But then but that was part of the plan. Because if Gordon...
Getting Leslie?
Yeah, getting Leslie to call Gordon, because if Gordon doesn't show up...
You think that part was it?
Because if Gordon doesn't show up, the cops don't go in.
I think they thought he was there already. Because it's Leslie's. Leslie put it
No,
together. I think they thought he was already there.
No, because they know that Jerome left him in a hallway.
Oh, that's true.
This was part of the plan was for Gordon to eventually show up.
Yeah.
Because it was clear that none of those cops were going in. And like straight up disobey him.
Yeah.
Like one of those cops straight up disobeyed him, where it's like, no, I won't go in.
True.
It's like, this is the guy that killed the mayor. It's like, no, it's a hostage situation. It's like, I think I'm commissioner now. Why are you bothering me?
Yeah.
Why are you bothering me?
So Leslie recognizes Barbara, and then Rodolfo, in he comes, in he goes. Kills Harrison Kane. Thanks, Norm Lewis. Thanks for showing up. Kills him, gets rid of him. Then out come the baddies. Again, full on Batman mode. They pull out come the AKs from under
AK
the little
shooting at the chandeliers.
Yeah.
People running away.
very
Chaos. Joker has a captive audience.
Full caper
Jerome
mode.
has a captive audience.
See, yeah, it slipped.
It slipped, but it won't happen next week.
You're right. It won't. Jim arrives and he gets a phone call from Jerome. And in this phone call, Jerome, he reminded me of the Bruce Timm, Mark Hamill Joker.
Yes.
His voice. It sounded just like
Who's nailing it?
the animated series Joker. Like all these characters on this show. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but all these characters on the show, they all keep hitting certain points of old Gotham characters, or of old Gotham versions of characters from the movies and the shows, and I really enjoy that. I really like that. I think it's awesome. So Jim arrives, he gets the phone call from Jerome, and then you see a live feed. Jerome has a live feed, his whole audience, and he has Leslie on the pinwheel, and he's about to.
He's gonna kill everybody. He's gonna kill a couple people, but he did a couple stuff and a couple things. He said he wanted $47 million, helicopter, dry cleaning from Mr. Chan, and a pony. And Gordon does not try to gather any of these things.
He doesn't do. Yeah, he doesn't do any. He's already in his mind.
Instructions were very clear.
Yeah,
Gordon.
Jim's already like, all right, okay, this is what he wants to do. All right, guys, so let's go in there and kill this guy. He's already full on mode. Theo makes his first attempt at being a hero, gets knocked out.
Yep.
Very fakely, by the way, with a little baton at the head.
Literally, no, it was a mallet.
Was it a mallet?
It was a mallet. It was literally an homage to Harley Quinn.
That whole scene.
Well, yeah, that whole scene. But
Harley Quinn and Joker.
It was actually a mallet.
I thought it was a stick.
No, it was a mallet.
I must have missed the top. All right. Well,
someone don't tell me if I'm wrong, but I saw a mallet.
So Bruce escapes with Selina, and just like season 1, Bruce goes back for Alfred, and Selina's like, "Listen, dude, I'm not going back. I ain't no hero. I'm trying to survive." He goes, "I can't. I love you." He didn't say that, but you know he said it.
Yeah, he said that with his eyes.
And then he runs back for Alfred, and as soon as he runs back for Alfred,
Gordon.
Gordon sees Selina.
And I think Gordon must have given him that gun.
Yeah, Gordon sees Selina and sneaks in with Selina.
Oh, sorry, we're a little early.
Yeah, Gordon sees Selina, he sneaks in with Selina, and when Bruce is inside, he gets called to the stage by Rodolfo. Rodolfo threatens to kill Alfred unless he comes up, and right before he goes up, Jim stops him, hands him a gun. He was on fire. Jim Gordon was on fire this episode. He hands him a gun. Bruce runs out, and I didn't expect the gun. And as soon as Alfred grabs him, like, "Why'd you come out?" He's like, "Take the gun. I got a gun for you." He just takes out the gun. Jim comes out like a bat out of hell. I'm jumping again. I just want to mention how Barbara tells Leslie that she's gonna end up with Jim. Right before this all happens, Barbara's having her little psycho chat with Leslie on the pinwheel. That I'm going to end up with Jim.
That was beautifully shot and that was a bit of an homage to the the Dark Knight, where it's like we had the Heath Ledger Joker kind of flipping upside down, but still talking. We need to stop calling everything an homage.
I know,
I read into that a little more of just when someone's saying something
maybe
crazy.
Maybe we're searching for it.
But someone's saying something crazy that might not really be crazy. So the idea of tilting the camera all the way around, like that was done very well with the Dark Knight. So there was something in that there was something in that camera move, with what Barbara was saying, that 2 years from now I'm gonna be back with him. You're gonna be dead. That's
crazy. Good thought process.
That can't possibly be.
I know. Well, I think they've already. There's no way that'll happen. If they do that, it's either going to be a really jump the shark moment and it's going to suck, or they're such expert writers that they somehow flip it in such a way that it makes sense. I don't think they can do that.
He can't go back to her.
She's a murderer.
Like, zero.
No way. Unless Leslie switches teams, then she goes bad, and then Barbara goes good.
Are you saying they're going to double turn?
No, there's not good. Kudos. Another wrestling reference. It's going to be a double turn. To Steve.
There are folks who really love our wrestling references, by the way.
So. Are there?
I totally do.
Yes.
James, our engineer, also a couple folks on Twitter that were talking to me about the New Day socks, which we still don't have at the WWE shop. Can you get on top of that? Hashtag New Day socks.
All right. So Jerome through all the commotion, Jerome ends up putting a knife to Bruce's throat, and at the same time, you got my man Jim and Alfred. They point the guns to him. None of them have a clear shot. And you're like, okay, what's gonna happen? Theo jumps up, like, oh, okay, here comes the plan. Theo's gonna knock him out and come out the hero.
Kills him.
Well, hold on. I'm trying to build it up.
Sorry.
So
Jerome watched it. We're good.
You're right. Jerome turns around and Theo stabs him in his neck. And at first when he stabbed him in his neck, you're kind of like, okay, they're pretending. Then when he says to him, I know.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, oh cool, he's actually killing him.
He really kills him.
And you were bugging out, and I was just like,
I mean, I was bugging out. The first thing I thought to myself was like, I can't believe you were right. And I can't I can't believe they had the foresight to do this. Like, we're gonna have someone look exactly like the Joker, really do this, and then we're gonna get rid of him. Because everyone on the internet, like the DC movie news show, everyone's going crazy. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The Joker. Everyone.
And I were both on that panel where we had. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not. And You guys talk to me about puns. You're asking me, are you kidding me, when we're talking about the Joker?
Like the first 2 episodes of Gotham, I'm just like, well, this guy's Joker. He's full on Joker, and and my thought process was, I'm just gonna accept it. I'm forced to accept it. I'm watching this show. I like it. Whatever. This is the new version of the Joker. I guess this is how we're gonna do it. And they just flip it in a way that's crazy. He kills him. He's just the spark that starts the flame.
Yep. So excited.
You seem excited.
We're excited to move
I'm over here
forward.
spitting up. I'm spitting up, and my hands are flailing. Yeah, and you're exciting. Okay.
I'm excited too to do another wrestling term. We're getting to go home.
Okay, so all right, so pretty much then he ends up killing him, and the show pretty much ends up with a montage. Well, not a montage.
But we get Penguin Bullock real quick.
Yeah, okay.
And Bullock isn't sober. What? He drank wine. Why do you? It starts with one drink. Why
That's true.
are you destroying that? You had like 35 days or something.
I didn't know why you said. Well, I saw you the first time I saw you have a reaction during the show was during that, and I didn't get it. And I was like, oh yeah, he's drinking liquor. Yeah.
That's wine.
Yeah.
Wine counts.
Yeah, he's drinking liquor. He's drinking liquor, and as the show goes off, am I missing anything?
No,
Okay. Well, that's pretty much the good stuff.
It made it clear that Joker on TV became the origin.
Yes.
Or that Jerome on TV became the origins of what the Joker would be. We have a kid laughing at the screen.
They show the laughs.
We have another kid laughing at a screen. We just have a bunch of people kind of turning kooky in bedlam.
It ends with Jerome's father's words playing over in a voiceover as his laugh influences violence.
Yep. Jerome emboldens everyone to be a villain.
And clearly whoever becomes Joker is going to be inspired by this man.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they showed his body, holy crap. Was that not the Joker?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Was that not this episode? Top episode of this episode was really, really good. They bamboozled me.
One of my favorite of the series, if not my favorite.
Really great. And that's pretty much the episode.
And we did our predictions on the way. We are getting to go home. Next week we are getting Michael Chiklis playing Nathaniel Barnes.
Yes.
Who seems to be the commissioner. And then Gordon's going to be second in command. Unless someone else becomes commissioner and he just becomes captain on homicide. Either or, that seems to be what we're doing next week. And he wants to take down the Penguin.
I think Chiklis goes commissioner. He goes
he goes captain,
Jim
homicide
Gordon.
captain, but number 2?
Yeah, Jim Gordon becomes number 2. Then it ends up switching. I think Chiklis becomes commish.
Got it.
So
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a commissioner or a homicide captain.
Yeah.
So they'll need to figure that. They need to figure out some administrative stuff.
All right. Anything you want to get in there?
That's it. I got my stuff in.
All right. You got your.
I got my stuff in.
Okay.
This is the wrestling term show.
So all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. We'll see you next week. I am Michael Andrew. You can find me on Twitter, Michael_Drew, Michael EAL, Mr. Kaufmann.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That's KAUFMANN. I do 5 weekly shows here at AfterBuzz TV, and I tweet about them regularly, so that's where you'll find me.
Yes. All right, everybody. See you next week. Woo! What a hot one.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.